I will tell you one thing that very few people know about Robin is that he was actually accepted into West Point and was going to be a cadet. He made a big change because he conferenced with one of the most, I guess, trusted resources he had at the time, Mr. Eddie Foster. He and Eddie were finishing high school at the same time, and Eddie said, "You need to come up to Ole Miss with me. I can show you a good time. I'm going to play some football. I can introduce you to some of the cheerleaders." And Robin showed his first real wisdom when he decided to go to Ole Miss instead of West Point.
I think in order to appreciate Robin's service on our boards and committees throughout the organization, I think you should understand what our system is comprised of. 7 hospitals across the organization, spanning 24 counties in North Mississippi and in Northwest Alabama. We have over 40 clinic locations in that same area, a number of outpatient centers, outpatient home health and hospice operation that has far reach through that same 24 county geography. We will touch 1.2 million patients a year.
Robin deserves this award from the Mississippi Hospital Association because he has been just one of the forces in helping the North Mississippi health system become what it is.
He's been working in 2 of the most regulated areas you can, banking and hospital, and to be able to go through those 2 areas at one time, to be able to navigate the waters in those 2 areas is absolutely amazing.
He is a selfless leader. He leads by example. He gets down in the ditch and helps you dig. And this couldn't be a better commendation of his attributes as a leader to be able to receive this award.
I think what makes Robin a good leader is he's willing to work himself, not just delegate. And I think that makes a major difference when you see somebody that's right there on the front line with you.
I heard described one time a definition of leadership that says leadership is something that's hard to find, but it's the qualities in an individual that cause other people to follow their leadership. Robin has demonstrated that over the long term.
Every place that he touches is successful.
Think of the advances that have been made. We won the Baldrige Award under his tutelage twice, as a matter of fact. And I mean, that alone is remarkable.
But the other thing that he's really been a big part of is our growth here. We've added well over 100 physicians to our staff since he's been here. We've seen significant growth in the avenues of services that we have to offer. We've been able to grow our neurosurgical areas. We've been able to grow our cardiovascular areas. If you look across the board at a hospital this small in this area, at the things that we have to offer, just because of the leadership that Robin has been key in over the years, we've been able to expound and grow on those things.
He's the big picture person. When we brought Toyota in town, he was one of the first people to help have the community come together to embrace that new company. And he calls with me on other companies that we try to recruit to the community.
The contributions that he makes to this region is amazing and phenomenal. And he gives it all. He gives all his time. I know his treasures to us, and just his ability to make the community better.
So if I was picking 2 words to describe Robin McGraw, first would be integrity, and without that, nothing else matters. Number 2, I would say visionary.
I think the word I would use to describe Robin would be leadership.
I would have to say professional.
I would call him active.
I think being prepared is the way that I would describe him always.
I've heard the old saying that pride is when you want to prove who is right, and being humble or showing humility is when you want to prove what is right. And I think he epitomizes being humble.
Robin is devoted to his family. First, his love of his life, Mimi, their 2 sons, his 2 daughters-in-law, and certainly his 3 granddaughters.
We're family. He's part of our family, and we of his. Mimi and Robin are 2 of the dearest friends that Elsie and I have in the world. And our children think of Robin as another grandparent. One in particular is drawn to him, Drew. Was about 7 years old last year. Drew's in that phase where if you admire somebody, you want to be like them. So his mother took him to get a haircut. And she said, well, Drew, how do you want your haircut? And he said, I want it cut just like Mr. EO, everything off the top and just a little bit on the side. So he wanted his head shaved on the top, and he wanted to look just like Mr. EO because he admired him so much.
Because of Robin McGraw, Tupelo is a far better place to live, to work, to receive health care.
We are a better people. We are a better region because of Robin McGraw.
I think to know that someone has positioned and equipped their organization to better achieve their mission, I think is the highest accolade you could give a leader of an organization.
Because of Robin McGraw, Tupelo-Lee County is a leadership community, and because of his influence, he's leaving a legacy of leadership both at the bank, at the hospital, at the Community Development Foundation, statewide, and even nationally.
Congratulations.